Hey, what's up? Today we're gonna be making babka, this time the sourdough version. It's a sweet, delicious braided bread originated in Jewish communities of East Europe. I'm gonna make it with chocolate filling. You can make it with any filling you like. This is the second episode of Bread Festive series. Don't miss the next one. And let's get into this, shall we? This recipe inspired by Chef Maurizio from The Perfect Loaf. I have 45-gram active starter, 45-gram flour, 45-gram water, mix, and 3 to 4 hours later you have a levain ready to make the dough. Time to make the dough. Add 8 grams salt, 29 grams sugar into the medium-sized bowl, followed by 90 gram milk and 2 eggs. And then add all of the levain, which is 138 grams. Last but not least, 310 gram bread strong flour or very strong all-purpose flour, something like King Arthur. Mix everything with a spatula, cover it up and let it rest for 15 minutes. Butter up the surface, bring the dough on the surface and bring your scraper because we're gonna need it later. And now, time to introduce 100 grams good quality butter to the dough. Again, I'm gonna fold the dough and try to trap the butter inside the dough, but of course, eventually it's gonna come out and it's gonna be a mess, but don't worry about it. Use whatever technique you know and mix this dough. If you have a stand mixer, be my guest and use it. It's way easier, but less fun. Try to use your hands and mix the dough like one of those amazing Italian mixers. After the dough gains some strength and butter mixed with the dough somehow, time to give this bad boy some slap and fold, which I like to call it slap, stretch and fold. Let me clean up everything and show you how it works. First window pane test, then go under the dough, middle of the dough, grab the dough, lift it up, slap it to the surface, then fold it on itself and go under the dough, like so. Did you learn something? Thumbs up. And now with the scraper, I'm gonna bring the dough for a walk and create more tension so the dough is smooth and elastic. And now cover it up, let it rest for 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, I'm gonna go under the dough and give it some kind of coil fold. We don't want to push the dough because the gluten develops beautifully. Now go ahead and gently round the dough. Create a little bit more tension. And then into the bowl, let it rest for another 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, during the fermentation process, I'm gonna give this bad boy another set of coil fold inside the bowl. Be very gentle. Cover it up, continue fermentation for 1 hour. Do you see those beautiful bubbles and fermentation? Those are good signs. Now you can transfer it into the fridge and let it cold ferment overnight, or let it finish its ball fermentation for 2 to 3 hours and bake it the same day. You can also make this recipe with yeast or Polish. Your home, your choice. You can use one of this 9 to 4 inch Pullman pan or something like this normal bread pan also work. I'm gonna make chocolate filling for my bread with these beautiful ingredients. In a small bowl, add 100 gram sugar, 65 to 70 gram butter, 20 to 25 gram dark cocoa powder. A fork is fine to mix everything together. Of course, the butter should be room temperature. Once you have a paste beautiful like this, go ahead and add 60 gram dark chocolate. The dough fermented very well, as you can see. My room temperature is around 26 degrees Celsius, so I don't need to wait. The dough is already soft. Use a roller pin and roll it out. And now the fun part begins. Spread the chocolate as much as you can. Leave about 1 centimeter at the bottom so you can roll it easier. And go ahead and roll it tightly like any other rolls. Try to adjust the size according to your pan. Not exactly, but should be the same. And now this part is very important. Before you do anything else, wrap the dough up and into the freezer for 20 to 30 minutes. Because 30 minutes later, we're gonna use a very sharp knife, cut the dough in the middle, make sure the chocolate parts stay upright, and go ahead and braid this bad boy. I'm not very good with this stuff, but I try my best. Try to close the end parts and seal everything beautifully. Put it on a baking paper. This is a trick to transfer it into the pan smoothly. It also prevents the bottom from burning. And now let it proof. Since it's winter in many countries, you can put the dough inside the oven with the light on. In freezing cold climate, you can even use an extra pan with the boiling water. The ideal proofing temperature should be around 27 to 30 degrees Celsius. To me, it takes about 4 hours to become double its size. My room temperature was 26 degrees Celsius. Egg wash with an egg and a tablespoon of water. Into the preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius, it takes around 40 minutes. Can be up to 45 minutes. After baking time, let it cool down for 10 minutes. And the last touch would be generous brush of syrup. You can make a simple sugar syrup with sugar and water, but I use maple syrup for more flavor. And that's it. Ten minutes later, remove it from the pan, put it on a cooling rack, and let it cool down. To make it fancier and look more beautiful, you can use less chocolate, but I always care about the taste. That's what I'm talking about. Chocolate everywhere. I wish you could smell it. Smell kills me. It's buttery, chocolatey, and about the taste. Hands down, this is the best chocolate bread I have ever had. Give it a try and you will thank me later. This is one of the best options for this holiday season. Stay up for next episode. Keep baking and take a good care of yourself.